Excuse me, Professor.
Oh, you've caught me in quite the inopportune moment. I'm Justin Wang, a professor here at UC Fremont, and today on our program we're going to be discussing how the human body maintains homeostasis through its biological interactions. We'll be going over topics such as internal body regulation, fight-or-flight response, and other interesting topics you won't be able to learn about in your typical AP course.
Wow, that's so fascinating. Is there anywhere else that we can learn more about this?
Yeah, of course. I'm always willing to showcase my knowledge and mastery of biology to science-starved individuals such as yourself.
Cool.
Let's bounce to my lab.
So, Professor, how far away is your lab?
Oh, it's not far. My assistant Chris should be just in there.
Alright.
What are you doing, you fool? Get back to work, you hooligan. We're here to learn molecular biology, not diddle daddle all day.
But Professor, AP tests are over and my grades are stable. You want me to learn biology just for the sake of learning? You know what, Professor? That's a great idea!
I've come to expect nothing less from you, Chris. Come on, let's show our guests your definition of homeostasis. Let's head to the testing room.
Wow, Professor, is that all of your research? There's so much of it.
Oh, this is just garbage.
What do you mean? What are you doing?
This is my life, my soul, my past, present, and future.
AP Biology? Does that mean you got a 5 on the AP Bio exam?
Yeah, Professor, does that mean you got 5 on the AP Bio exam?
We don't talk about that anymore, Chris. Why don't you explain to our guests here the definition of homeostasis?
Certainly, Professor. Homeostasis is the ability for an organism to use its internal systems to maintain a constant internal environment. It responds to the external environment's changes to ensure that the internal condition is constantly regulated. The endocrine system and the nervous system uses feedback mechanisms with various organs or organ systems to do this.
Wow, that's so fascinating. Is there any way I can learn more about it? Like an example perhaps? Because I'm kind of a visual learner.
Oh, why don't we just make you the example?
Okay, that sounds great. Let's go do it now.
Whose idea was it? It's so cold in here. It's not even fun. I'm not learning anything. What's the point of this?
Look, man, I know it's been tough, but you gotta suck it up for science.
For science? Oh,
Science. You're learning about how the body regulates your internal temperature right here.
this is a terrible idea.
Why don't you explain it, Chris?
Us humans are mammals, and thus we are endothermic. Being endothermic, we are able to regulate our own internal body temperature with metabolic reactions. We utilize exothermic reactions, breaking down glucose and fat stored in our body to release heat while it keeps us warm. So you don't need to worry, because you'll be fine. While you feel cold right now, your body is still maintaining the same internal temperature. Aaron, have you ever wondered when your body knows it's hungry and when your body knows it's full?
I haven't really ever thought about that. But now that you mention it, that's pretty interesting. Could you tell me more about it?
Sure thing. Professor, can you explain to us?
I sure can. When you feel hungry, that is essentially your body telling you that your blood has low levels of glycogen and sugars. This tells the hypothalamus to stimulate a spike in ghrelin and MPI, which increases your desire for starchy and sweet foods, products high in glucose. Ghrelin increases your appetite in general, so that is another aspect of feeling hungry. Your levels of hunger are regulated through negative feedback. Feelings of hunger and the release of hunger-inducing neurotransmitters only occur when glucose and sugar levels are low. Once they go back to regular levels, the secretion of these neurotransmitters and hunger lessen and you no longer feel hungry.
Wow, that's really interesting, Professor. Thanks for letting me know that. Now I feel more informed.
Wow, Aaron, you're actually learning scientific facts.
Alright, Aaron. Now we're going to intentionally trigger PTSD inside of you in order to bring out your fight or flight response.
Trigger PTSD inside of me? I don't know if that's a good idea. But, you know what? I'll do it. For science.
Well, we're going to have to ask you to play a video game called Puzzles and Dragons. This machine here will measure not only your heart rate, but your breathing rate as well. Here at UC Fremont, We have this advanced technology that the world isn't quite aware of yet, but you'll see soon. The wonder in our technology.
The wonder of UC Fremont?
That's right.
This is so hard. Man.
So difficult. Professor, why is it so difficult? This is more stressful than Mission San Jose High School for an AP testing week.
It's not even fair. I feel so powerless. Oh my goodness.
It's such a struggle. It's not fair at all. I'm so stressed out right now. This is harder than AP Human Geography.
As you can see, Aaron, your fight or flight response has been triggered. The second your mind realized that it was a stressful situation, such as playing this video game, it activated the secretion of hormone known as adrenaline into your bloodstream, which increased your heart rate and respiration. Going into depth, something in your brain called the hypothalamus sensed your fear. It then activated your sympathetic nervous system, which secretes adrenaline, causing your body to become more alert. Your pupils dilate, your sight will sharpen, and your reaction speed will increase. All in preparation for the fight or flight.
Fight or flight!
See, you were moving so much faster because of it.
Man, thanks, Chris. I really feel like I know more about my body now and how fight or flight responses work. Thanks for telling me this.
You're welcome, Aaron. In addition to that, I assume you've calmed down now.
Yes, I have.
Yes, this is because of the norepinephrine in your body, which is released to calm you.
Alright, thanks. Wow, Professor. Thanks for teaching us about homeostasis and how the body's biological systems interact with one another. Thank you for taking time out of your day to educate a plebeian such as myself.
No problem, Aaron. I hope I can instill a lifelong learning of biology inside of you, just like I have with my assistant Chris.
Yes, Professor, your work has been truly inspirational.
How many times have I told you, Chris? You don't need to tell me things I already know.
Professor Justin Wang continued his research on homeostasis at the University of California, Fremont, and still inspires students such as Chris and Aaron to this day. 4 months after his meeting with Dr. Professor Justin Wang, Aaron finally realized his interest and love for biology and left his job as an interviewer for Fox News. Today, he works in a biomedical laboratory at the State University of Arizona, developing medication for the mentally disabled. Christopher Guan continued to work with Professor Wang in his laboratory until he passed away in an unfortunate lab experiment. In the name of science and humanity, Christopher Guan will always be remembered for his contributions to society.